What's that noise?
Colonel, is that you?
The Colonel's out. Who's this?
It's Snake. I'm on a mission and I've arrived at the entry point.
Oh, hey, Snack. Yeah, the Colonel said something about that. Well, let me see here. Let me see, 1 second.
Are you serious right now? And it's Snake, not Snack.
All right, Snack, found it. Says here that you don't have any weapons. You have to sneak around to do what you gotta do.
Yes, I know that. Worst case scenario, I can incapacitate a guard and take his gun.
Says here that since it's 2024, no guns at all.
What? No guns at all?
Yep. Sorry, Snack. Hope you're a good runner.
Damn it! What am I supposed to do?
Hey, in my day, technology was hiding from the enemy in cardboard boxes and smoking cigarettes to see laser beams. Surgeon General put a stop to that last one. C. Everett Koop was his name. He looked like an Amish.
Welcome to Mike's Gaming Gala. I'm Mike, and this week we're looking at Infiltrator for the Intellivision, published by Electronite. Infiltrator comes in a nice gatefold box with professionally printed manual, overlays, and of course a new injection molded cartridge. The initial release also included a soundtrack CD by Alan Toledo. I'm not sure if this still ships with it, but if it's a deal breaker for you, ask when ordering. This review was chosen by my channel members in our monthly poll. The past few months, they've picked some great games for me. Will Infiltrator continue the trend? Let's see. After the splash screen, we come to a menu that gives us a choice to start a new game, adjust our options, or view the credits. Hopping into the options menu, we can adjust the skill between easy, normal, hard, and insane difficulties. We can also select whether we want to have music in the game and whether we want to skip the intro cinematic. The intro cinematic is super impressive, but a little long. So it's great that they have this option, because on repeat plays, you'll probably want to skip it. At the bottom of the screen, there's a hardware detection area. Infiltrator supports both add-ons, so if you have them, make sure you plug them in for enhanced audio. Starting a new game, provided we didn't turn it off, we get a cutscene that sets a stage for what's to come. An investigation of an alien crash site in the 80s led to the discovery of an invisibility device. This in turn led to a NATO program that developed cloaking suits for special missions. As an elite soldier, you'll use one of these to infiltrate the enemy base and gather intel. You're on your own. You'll have to use all your skills to do what you need to do and get out alive. Then we're thrown into the action. We have two primary objectives to start with. First, we have to retrieve the cyber deck, which allows us to tackle Objective 2, which is to hack the comm tower. Walking to the right, we come across two guards. Infiltrator is a stealth game in the same vein as the Metal Gear series. Difference being, in Infiltrator, you don't have any means of actually fighting. If heaven forbid you get spotted, all you can do is run and hide. Like Metal Gear, guards walk in more or less predictable patterns, and to navigate past them, you'll have to move when they're not looking. On easy mode, you can see the cones of their view, but in general, it's pretty self-explanatory that if they're facing your direction, they'll be able to see you. If you do get spotted, enemies will start attacking you immediately. When this happens, you'll have to run to an area where nobody can see you. Thankfully, enemies don't follow you from screen to screen, but all enemies you encounter while in this state will see and shoot at you. When you do make it to a safe spot, sit and wait while the alert meter at the top right of the screen ticks down back to green. Now is probably a good time to talk about the elements on the side of the screen. At the very top is a picture of your face that will reflect your health status at any given time, and just below that is your health. The colored bar underneath your health is your status monitor. When you're being stealthy, it's green, and all is good in the world. When it's red, the enemy can actively see you. Orange and then yellow are cooldown colors. In cooldown status, the enemy is still actively looking for you, but you're hidden. When the color is orange or yellow, just stay put and wait for the status to return to green. Underneath this are 4 inventory slots that show you what you have equipped. There's a head slot, battery slot, hand slot, and a leg slot. And inventory is a good jumping off point to talk about the actions that you can perform with a number pad. These overlays are important. Let's start with the inventory screen. Throughout your mission, you'll find various items that can help you. Pressing INV or 4 on the number pad brings up your inventory screen. Here, you'll be able to equip and unequip items with the action button. Going back to number 1 on the overlay, we have Cloak. This is the invisibility device that the opening cutscene told us about. If you have a power cell equipped, pressing this will activate your cloaking. Use this only if absolutely necessary. This thing is really thirsty for power and will drain your power cells quickly. Even worse, if you don't have any power cells equipped, your active camouflage won't work. While your cloaking suit can make you perfectly hidden, your suit can still provide you with a little cover without it being activated. Staying still for a bit while you have a power cell equipped, you'll notice that you start to blend into your surroundings. This will give you a bit of concealment without having to fully cloak. That's called active camouflage. OBJ or 2 on the number pad shows your objectives, and Med or 3 uses a med kit if you have one equipped. MSG or 5 will reveal any messages you may have, and Risk or 6 will activate your risk scanner. The risk scanner is only for easy mode though. Last but not least, you have a save and load button. Note that if you save and load your game, you will get a penalty to your score at the end if you complete it. Alright, ready to actually start accomplishing some objectives and seeing what's out there? Yeah, me too. Let's do it. First thing we need to do is get the cyber deck, since that will allow us to hack into the enemy system. It won't be a straightforward find it and go kind of deal though. You'll need to explore and find items that will allow you to get to new places, including keycards and swimming fins. Something to note when you start swimming is that when you come out of the water, you'll leave wet footprints on the ground. If a guard sees these, it'll be the same as if he saw you, so be careful. Also, like any other person, you bleed. And if you're bleeding, you'll leave a trail of that too. But usually at that point, it's about to be game over anyway. At first, the only enemies you encounter will be standard soldiers, attack dogs, and security cameras. Making your way further into the base though, you'll come across a minefield. If you haven't found the mine detector yet, make sure you go and find it. Otherwise, your game will probably end here. Getting past that will take you to the woods that contain the comm tower. As long as you're not playing on easy mode, this is where you'll be introduced to elite soldiers. They have cloaking suits and move much quicker than the regular guards. Making your way through the woods, find the comm tower and use your cyber deck on it to get a little hacking minigame. Here, you'll have a short time where you play kind of a reverse breakout, with the goal being to eliminate all the defense blocks before the timer runs out. Sadly, even if you succeed, you're not able to break into the system. Opening your next objective, you see that you have to progress deeper into the enemy base and hack Comm Tower 2. From this point on, things really ramp up. I hope you're ready. Mechs. Why'd it have to be mechs? Honestly though, while incredibly intimidating, they're really not as difficult to avoid as the elite soldiers. It's in this section of the base that you're going to need infrared goggles as well. Walking into a room that's pitch black, equip your goggles to see what's going on. Finally, after exploring, you'll find Comm Tower 2, with an even more difficult hacking minigame. But successfully hacking into the enemy system, you finally get to download the intel that you came for. And the whole base is alerted to your presence. Time to get the hell out of Dodge, but on your way, you encounter this. We're not calling it a Metal Gear here, but it's a Metal Gear. There may be something you can do here that I missed, but I was kinda just keen to get out of there. So finding the helicopter, I take off, and I'm safe and sound. Right? Well, maybe I should have spent a little more time seeing if there was something I could do when we came across the Metal Gear. 'Cause guess what finds us? And that's Infiltrator for the Intellivision. So what did I think? It's a masterpiece. When I was first getting into Homebrew, I never would have thought that something like this was possible. It really is a Metal Gear Solid game, just without weapons. What really impresses me is all the little details. You leave wet footprints when you come out of the water. You can bleed and leave trails of blood. You need to find the gadgets that will allow you to access new areas. It really does have every component you'd want. The only thing missing is laser tripwires that you can expose with cigarette smoke. If you have any love for stealth games in the mold of the Metal Gear series, this is an absolute must-have. Highly recommended. Thank you for watching my video, I hope you liked it, and thank you so much to my channel members, who chose another great one for me this month. I appreciate the support so much. Of course, thank you to Mr. Poestyle, who was my guest star in this episode. Check out his channel in the description. As always, my contact info is in the description as well, and we'll see you next time on Mike's Gaming Gala.